Hello, I'm William Henry Palmer, aka The Blank Page. Today, I'm posting an interview with one of my good friends, Steve, the Mad Hatter. He's a great rapper, like one of the best rappers I've ever heard in my life, and he's one of the realest gamers I've ever come across. There's so much knowledge. So, I hope you all enjoy. This was an interview I did last year, but I feel like I had to post it on here for that very reason. Enjoy.
Let me show you where I'm at on Final Fantasy.
Five.
I think is it 5? Yeah, it's 5.
Six is my favorite. I want to play through it with someone. How many jobs you got?
I mean, what?
Under your menu?
Oh, fuck, I haven't played this game in like a couple of months. I don't remember how to do it. Oh, here we go.
There you go. Go to job.
Oh, well, John. Okay. Wrong button.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude. I've played a lot of this game, dude.
You're only missing one job. You played a lot of the game,
Dude,
dude.
I played the fuck out this game, dude. This
Do you
game
like
is
it?
fucking
Oh shit!
awesome.
He's level 30.
Yeah, yo, this game is fucking dope, man. I like Final Fantasy.
Back out. Back out to your party. Damn. So you got some mastered ones. Wait till you.
I don't have any master, but I got 'em pretty
What's
far.
What's A and B?
There.
What's A?
I think it's A Z. I think it's the buttons are A Z S Y.
You know how to change them, right?
Let's think I have to change them. Let's think I
But
got used to it.
like, okay, but sometimes when I play, like, I'll make control. I'll make control, and this is B, and this is A.
That's probably way easier. Yeah. See, you probably play a lot more computer games, right? I haven't played a lot before.
So like, but which one you got? Oh, you got SNES GT.
Lena, that's my. Like, she saved my fucking life. She's a white maid summoner.
What
Yeah.
What's A? What's the A button?
I think it's A. No, it's.
A is your menu. No, S is your menu.
I think it's Z. No. A. It might be A. Try it. There you go.
So level zero.
That's just for that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of level 4s. Time Mage. Wait. So you've had him be a ninja and a knight. Well,
No, ninja and I think dark mage, black mage.
Black Mage for a while. So what I recommend is trying to cap this off. So like right now, let's look at your abilities. Yeah. So once you get up to level 6, 7, 8, he gets these things where like, magic points plus. I'm fucking here. Oh, you can just reload, right?
Yeah, that's what I read. Summoner and white mage, that's all she's
Yeah.
doing.
But like finish that. So that means that your ability. Yeah, where's her fucking? So the very last one.
Yeah, I gave her the other shit just so she can start summoning, so she can actually do something on offense.
Yeah, yeah, which is dope. It's awesome. But like the last level of knight is equip shield.
See, I have a knight. That's the next one, Galuf. I don't know what level he is, though. Z.
Okay, I got you.
Oops.
Yeah, he has equipped shield and armor. So does that mean?
Yeah, I have him on learning because he's a blue. I had him on blue mage as well.
level 5. But when you master it, you get 3 little stars. Like if you get to that next one. But what'll happen with levels that you've mastered, it's nice that you haven't though, which means you haven't been sitting on a mastered level wasting AP points. At least all of your AP points have actually gone into levels. So you haven't made any mistakes. It's just that let's say you master Black Mage, then actually your magic power and your magic points passively will go up.
Oh yeah, I've looked up like the menu and shit like that online.
So if you master 3 or 4 jobs, then you switch to another job. You kind of got these like underground things that are happening.
And then
in space you
you
don't
can
see.
be. Damn, what's that?
The mimic, one that you
Mimic,
don't have.
the freelancer. Is that the
Oh,
one?
bear. Normal.
Hmm.
So when you're normal,
You can pick 2 master levels, right?
3.
3? Okay, yeah.
Oh, 2.
But the other one is 3. I think it's the mimic or like the freelancer.
But you're getting, if you're bear and you have a lot of mastered things, then you got this like passive stuff happening. So let's say you mastered white mage, black mage, and monk, and then you wanted to be a berserker. Well, because you mastered monk, your hit points are just naturally going to be higher. Your magic points for the mages are going to naturally be higher as a berserker, which magic points wouldn't matter, but your hit points being a lot higher would. And then another good one is there's only one level. It's a grind. You got to do a little grinding, but I know it's 2 levels because you learn berserk and then you learn equip axe. But switch all 4 of your people to berserker.
All 4?
Yeah, or 1 or 2. So I do all 4, and then grind up, master it for all 4 of your people, and then go back to normal. And then at least at any point, like your black mage can equip an axe. They're the strongest weapon in the game. So like he can at least, if you don't run out of magic points, you can
Dope.
still
Okay.
do some damage.
Yeah, that's why I made the white mage have that black magic as well. I mean the summoner shit.
Also teach everyone magic, or everyone white 1.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that at any time, let's say your white mage runs out of magic points, you can switch any of your people to white mage, use cure on your party, and then switch them back.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You know?
No, you're right though. That's a good idea because sometimes like I feel like the computer they attack her more often just because they know that if they get rid of the healer, then basically.
Also, if she's higher up, I think I don't know if it's using the same. Oh yeah, I'm way off. I don't know if she's using the same. What am I trying to say? Program as the very first Final Fantasy, but the person at the top is going to get attacked the most.
Okay.
The person at the bottom is going to get attacked the least. So if they've incorporated that, then you might want to move. If you do have a white mage on, you move them to bottom of the party.
That makes sense.
And then Geomancer and
just getting into that.
Beastmaster are good because they learn.
Yeah, Beastmaster. Yeah. The move is Beastmaster, I think.
The trainer learns one called Animal. Teach everybody that. And then Geomancer learns the Earth.
Yeah, that's pretty strong because it's whatever area you're around. It does that. This game is way more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. Like just even the playing the piano in every town he gets better type of shit.
You've been doing that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Does that matter later?
Yeah, because you can't get the mimic.
Oh wow!
Unless if you miss
you miss one. I don't know if I got all of them. I don't know about that.
I
But
don't know if you can go back to them all.
yeah, maybe. But I know that I've done everyone I've came up to. I'm pretty sure.
So like with a thief, you can see if there's hidden walls.
Yeah.
You have one
Yeah.
equipped too. That's cool.
I've looked up some of the information just because I knew I'd be lost. And Final Fantasy VII is actually downloadable on Xbox Live now.
Yeah, I have it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
But you're gonna play 5 and you're gonna play 7. Everybody sleeps on 6.
I think 6 is the best one. I've only played 7 and 8 before. You put 5. I've got 5.
We can play it.
That's the you said that's the multiplayer one, right?
Mhm. 5 is multiplayer too. You're just playing it by yourself.
So how would it be multiplayer?
Well, you play it on Super Nintendo, and
Oh, okay.
I can control half the party. I control 2 of the people.
That's cool.
That's really it. I think maybe in Final Fantasy VI, that's what it's like. And you can control the world map, but inside dungeons and cities and stuff, it's only the first controller.
Isn't your favorite game ever the Borderlands 2?
I think Borderlands 2 is like top 5.
What would you say is your favorite game?
We got a good save file in Borderlands 2 actually.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
We're I feel like we should run around and do some side quests, and then get back to the main story. Just run around, cap some shit off, and gain some levels. Gain like 2 levels, and then go back into the story. Because we rushed through the story kind of quick without doing anything on the side. We're starting to get our ass kicked all the fucking time. Everywhere we go. We're almost at my favorite part. One of my favorite parts of that game.
Don't spoil it, because that game is pretty fun. But like, what type of terrain is it though?
Barren wasteland.
Okay.
Except that you go to this place called the Environmental Agency or something like that, and it's this like encapsulated oasis zoo of monsters, and you gotta, obviously you go through and something happens and somebody hits the switch and all the gates open and you gotta like fight all these crazy things through it.
So, what is your favorite game
All time
ever? If you had to pick one, and only one.
Final Fantasy VI or Borderlands. Man,
the first one?
Am I by myself? I guess it doesn't matter. If I'm by myself or with someone, they're both great games to play, but I think Borderlands would be better.
First one?
The first one's great.
First one or second one?
The second one.
Understandable.
Just to have more replay value. The first one's good, though. Second one's bigger. Do I get all the expansions?
Sure.
Definitely the second one, because then you got 6 characters to play from.
Okay. I usually go with Metal Gear, Sons of Liberty. Favorite game ever.
Really?
Yep.
You played it a bunch of times?
Dude, yeah. Dude, I beat that game over 20 times.
So, Solidus? That's what they changed the name to.
That's the third twin, yeah.
Metal Gear Solidus. It was Sons of Liberty. It was Sons of Liberty with like.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Oh, dude, I love the entire
Ban of
game.
Pain. Snake Eater was my favorite.
Oh, all around, that's probably the best one. If I had to pick one that's the best, just that Sons of Liberty is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I think Sons of Liberty had a better story, but Snake Eater was.
Dude, I'm gonna show you a video.
That's why
on Snake Eater that's gonna blow your mind.
That's why. Okay, I'm down for that. That's why Guns of the Patriot was so good to watch. I didn't want to play it. I just felt like it was a movie.
It basically is. It's like
Okay,
I
dude.
watched it on YouTube. It's like 9 hours.
What are you doing? Oh, he's playing.
Captain G snaps.
I heard him hiss. Just make sure he's not. Doesn't look like he's in pain. He's playing around.
Guess it's a phantom pain.
Phantom Pain would be. Phantom Pain's endless and fun.
You ever get into Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, I have Skyrim. And Morrowind was. Alright, Morrowind. Oh, any game? Morrowind's gotta be top 5.
I think it's. I haven't played it. I've only played Skyrim, so I think the combat might be too not good, not stimulating enough. The combat's probably bad, right?
It's dated.
Yeah. Like the
It
first
was
Mass Effect.
amazing when it came out, though. But there was a jump forward in graphics. Where
It's not even,
okay, here's the
it's
thing
more
though.
about physics.
Oblivion, I think, was trash. I never even finished it.
Okay.
And I got that game pre-ordered
Maybe
on the day it came out. Like I was excited
Wow.
because I love Morrowind so much. I was like, the next Elder Scrolls game's got to be good. And also, a lot of people started on Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3, the same as everybody started on Fallout 3. And nobody ever played Fallout 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever played the Elder Scrolls 1, Daggerfall. You know what I'm saying? And Elder Scrolls 2, Stros Makai, the arena.
Oh yeah, the arena.
So Morrowind came out, and I was like, dude. And so Oblivion, and then I was like, this is too. You're showing the graphics off too much. It's too colorful. The thing that Morrowind was so great about was that you went into the Ashlands, and everything was just so dark and ominous, dreary, and foreboding. Even the whole story, it's like you find out that you're the Nephilim. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's,
like
that's interesting, huh?
you're a god, and then you have to eventually make your way to the center of the world and fight the false god. You have to strike down a false god.
That's interesting.
And it's such a great story. But Skyrim they did it. They made it gloomy. All the metal looked gray, and it was snowing in a lot of places, and it was just so
dragons.
Yeah, and it was so just scary and lonely and I don't know, it was something about it.
Those long walks.
Gray, and it was just so dark. And that one, it would, Morrowind would get nighttime too. Different monsters would come out and stuff. But Skyrim brought back that dreary Morrowind feel and
that darkness.
It was good.
Did you play Mass Effect?
No.
Oh, Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorites ever.
Sons of Liberty?
Yes, that's
Mass
my
Effect
favorite
2.
game ever. Yeah. Those are probably definitely my top 4 favorite games ever. Sons of Liberty is definitely one because I beat it like a trillion times.
I got to love Morrowind so much that I don't know if I would pick it. Oh, I would pick Skyrim over it. I think if I had to pick an Elder Scrolls game, it would be Morrowind, even if it's dated.
Do you like?
I mean, I still play Mario. I don't give a fuck if it's old.
I love Mario.
I don't care if it looks old, really.
No, it doesn't matter. Do you play any slasher games like hack and slash?
Dynasty Warriors.
Oh god.
Dynasty Warriors 6.
I love them. That's so nostalgic. I love those games, even though it's like the same game over and over with the same story.
Yeah. Lupo. Dynasty Warriors 6 is the best Dynasty Warriors game. They actually did all of the martial arts, the fighting and dancing from wireframe, like people doing it, and then wireframing it into the game. So all of the all of the big combos where like he's
Yeah.
like, how is this person doing it? Like they had people actually do it in rooms.
I used to love that game. I don't know which one I played anymore. It was probably like 3 or 4, maybe 5. I don't remember. It was a while ago, but I love those games, man. That shit was fun.
Yeah, and I liked 7, and I liked 8, and now they got 9, and they got like ones where you turn Super Saiyan, and all. Then they started since 5, they've been incorporating the Empires editions. They
Oh,
release one, and then you release an Empires version.
okay.
Where
Oh
you,
yeah. That's
and,
right.
and then it'd be like a turn-based thing, but which is the original games were called Romance of the Three Kingdoms. There were like 4 of them that released on Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but you had all the same people. You had Lu Bu, you had Cao Cao, Liu Bei, everybody.
Guan Yu.
But there was always an encyclopedia section in like the options menu. I went in there one day. I was high as shit. And I went into the options menu and I saw this encyclopedia. I went through the encyclopedia, and it's the list of every general, everybody, every battle, everything. But then, like, I click on it, and it's it. It's like that battle.
Yeah.
And I learned more about Chinese history in feudal China from the Yellow Turban Rebellion to the end of the dynasty, and into the Three Kingdoms dynasty. I learned more about China because of that video game.
No, for real, yeah, I understand.
And 6 incorporated something where like you could do better in the game if you read the encyclopedia of it.
That's good.
Because
I like that.
So let's say you read about the battle of, Jingjuei Mount, whatever.
Wait, hold on. Which character are you using there? Like, what dynasty do you go with?
Oh, initially,
Fuck with Cao shit? Yeah, that's the last one I fucked with, yeah.
no, I'm always going to, who's the king? Then I can't remember. I never play as the king. So I like Cao Cao and Liu Bei, but I never play as the king. So
yeah.
I'm always going for the Wu dynasty. Always. Always the Wu dynasty. Red. And then I never use the king. Like, I'm always using Lu Jun or, I think it's Lu Jun's the best, the strategist. And then there's, I can't remember the names now.
Yeah.
Gan Ning. Their General Gan Ning.
I just remember Guan Yu because he was in Soul Calibur.
He was in the Shu dynasty. He was one of the 3 brothers.
Yeah.
Zheng Xiao, Liu Bei, and Guan Yu. And it's actually Liu Bei that chopped off Lu Bu's head. And he took his horse.
That red hair.
The red hair.
I remember when I got that
the
in the
Eastern
game, I was
Star.
so hyped. Did you get the red hair in the game? You got Lu Bu's horse?
Mm-hmm. And, well, in a game where you could, at least if I didn't, I was grinding. I was trying.
Fast.
Some games like Dynasty Warriors 3, you had to beat. But that's the thing. If you knew about the history, like, the battle would start, and they're like, all right, about 5 minutes into this battle, Lu Bu had taken over this outpost. All right? And then, because he took over the outpost, your reinforcements weren't able to arrive.
Yeah.
All right? Well, so you take that as a hint, but it's throwing you off. You take that as a hint. All right, so that means that if I can take over that outpost, change history, and my reinforcements will arrive. But if you actually let the battle play out the way it did naturally in real life, if you actually still win, at the end of the battle, you'll get bonus experience points for your characters because these historical things happened in order. And Dynasty Warrior 6 was one of the only games that did that. Where if you read the story and you were like, all right, so I need to get my guys over there and I need to do this. You know what I mean? I'll get these bonuses. And then then you find out every level has like 3, so you can master each level as you go down.
That's interesting.
So it made you want to study the history of feudal China. So I think that's one of the greatest games that's ever been made.
Okay. No, I love those series. But my favorite hack and slasher Bayonetta 1.
Really?
Yes, intense, fast, on the hardest level, insanely hard. I died so many times. Hard game. Very interesting. Once again, a lot of information you can look up. On the surface, looks very one way, but if you look deeper into like the angel and demons aspect and the lore, like how they bring up like the kind of like the archons in a way, of the very interesting deities morphed. Very interesting game to look at. Fun to play. I like the
I watched it about the first half of it.
fun.
Um,
Fun.
I never liked a lot of it was very seldom, so it was hard for me to like games. A lot of hack and slash games like that, big combo games. I liked Arkham City.
I guess that's kind of a hack and slash game, yeah.
Yeah, it's very combo. You get into these big fights, and then you're trying to build up this big combo.
All right, if you add Arkham, then yeah, I'll definitely. What's your favorite Arkham game?
If all right, like you said with Snake Eater and Sons of Liberty, if I had to take one, it'd probably be City. But if I think the one that had the best story was Asylum.
Damn, I'm the same. Yeah, I feel you. I think Asylum was. If I had to pick
But if
one,
I
I'd pick
want to
Asylum.
fly around the rooftops of a city, I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
do
god, that's so fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's
Did you beat the Arkham Knight?
no, I never played it. I
Do you-
almost bought it. It's in a used bin. I could probably go get it
I
for
got I got it for free. Like the Xbox Live has it monthly for free. Like random games that happen to be one. Do you wanna know what happens? Like, do you want a spoiler a little bit?
so many of my friends told me that it was not as good, and I was like, yeah, but I want to play through the story of it. And
Dude,
they're like, yeah, but the game sucks, and I was like, I don't know if I care. And I never did.
do you want spoilers? Or you just want like my analysis of the game without like totally ruining what happened?
I don't want it ruined.
Okay. The biggest part.
I gotta get it soon.
The biggest part of the game that annoyed me was that you have to use the Batmobile a lot in combat. Not just a lot. You have to use it a lot in combat. It's not the controls aren't bad or nothing like that, but it gets annoying just having to use the Batmobile so many times. You think at first you're like, yo, this is, but like after like the fourth Batmobile battle where it gets repetitive, it's annoying as fuck.
When I
Especially
read the
later.
back of the game, I was introducing the new dynamic of the bat. I was like, why did it say it like that? Why did it word it like that?
If it was there but not as much, it would have been cool. But you have to fight with the Batmobile a lot, a lot.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It's a big part of the game. But I like a lot of the story. It's huge. There's a lot of side missions. But at the same time, sometimes it feels like it's a little too huge, where there's just so much shit to do that I don't want to do all of it because it's good stuff. Like a lot, it's interesting, but it's a lot. Like even the Riddler has like 100 trophies and shit. It's like damn, 100. Like this game wants my entire life. So I haven't done any of the side missions really.
I had a friend who got platinum on it.
Oh god, I don't know
On
how much he got on
City,
that.
on Arkham City, and I was like, dude,
That's still a lot. On
I
Asylum,
didn't even finish all of the Asylum.
I think that's the best all around one. Story, gameplay, it's concrete.
And you can get everything in it without it being.
Yeah.
That's good.
It kind of like
The
pushes
Scarecrow levels.
you.
Every time you bump into him, and then the whole game starts to kind of start to fuck with you a little bit.
Great.
Yeah, and I think Phantom Pain though would be the Metal Gear for me. I thought that I liked all those other ones. And then Phantom Pain came out. I was like, dude, this is
Definitely the best gameplay.
like you build that whole base up, or like drinking people and using the Fulton extraction device all the time.
Oh, did you ever play Peace Walker? Okay.
Which happens in before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason I got shrapnel in my head.
No, you're thinking
Save that chick and
you're thinking
Ground Zero.
Ground Zeroes. Peace Walker was like a
PSP
game.
Yeah, I never played that. I saw the intro, but I never saw any of the actual.
It was good. It. I can tell it was like the prelude to the Phantom Pain because you kind of built a base too. You built your own Metal Gear, and you have like pauses in there. You probably remember like. Did you play? You didn't play Ground. Did you play Ground Zeroes?
No.
All right.
Which was really just like a little movie.
Yeah. It's
then
better
there's-
served watching it as a movie on YouTube. I feel like.
Then there's Spot.
Whoa, you got that. How was that?
I stopped playing it because of Captain. Because as you're clicking around in your menus, and even Phantom Pain, I stopped playing because of Captain. Because the little tweet, like as you're scrolling over things,
Okay.
he loses his shit. He thinks that there's birds outside and shit. I can't play. I gotta play the game with the sound off, and it's actually really hard to play a zombie survival game with the sound off. But it's dope. It's like the whole city gets sucked into the sky, and you're one of the diamond dogs that were left out. You just left behind in this other. Now you're in this like purgatory dimension with the Lord of the Dust, which is what it's called. This fucking monster that's wandering out there in the fog somewhere. And every once in a while, you can't see, like if you have to run up on it, it's gonna kill you. But you hear it like walk by, because there's fog everywhere. So you hear it like walk by every once in a while. But you can't, like, you're not right up on it. It's a creepy game. And you run around and you do the story. And you build resources to come back, and every once in a while, these like they're like, dude, they run at you, but they got crystals popping out of their faces, and like they're not like zombies, but it turns into a bit of a grind. But there's a big online community where you're defending your base with people.
Have you played Warframe?
No. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
I have played it. I'm not a fan.
When's the last time you played it?
Diablo 3.
Diablo. Wow, I've never seen anyone. How was Diablo? I've never played it before.
This is Borderlands, but on an isometric plane from third person, and it's medieval. So tons of equipment, armor, helmets, and they're all different. And you run through and you gain levels and you learn spells. 2-player.
Nice. I love Borderlands. I'll give that, like, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but after I played it with you, I would say.
But I think you would like Borderlands more. Do you like science fiction more than you like fantasy, or do you really not discriminate that much?
I don't discriminate. I like both.
Yeah. So I got. I mean, you could probably list. My shit is. I mean, this is a list. This is a banger list here.
Nah, dude, I'll give you respect. Like, you're a real gamer. I don't give that title out a lot. But you're a real gamer.
Yeah, I am. For the lady, she loves Legos games.
They're fun.
They're fun games.
Yeah.
So I got the Harry Potter series on my PlayStation 3. I got the Marvel and the Jurassic Park series.
Like not great games because they're limited because they're Lego, but fun games to play for sure.
So Metal Gear Survive. This game, which technically I have because I just think it's valuable, is The Last Guardian.
Oh god, I couldn't. I saw the previews. I couldn't get into that at all.
Yeah, I'm not into it either, but it's once it's out of print, I think it's going to be worth more than the average game. Binding of
Okay.
Isaac.
Hold on, wait.
That's one of the greatest games in the world.
My friend plays this. I work
It's
with.
very creepy game.
Oh god, yeah.
But it's fucking amazing. And now that my buddy and I have been really getting behind the psychology of the whole thing, there's this whole, now every time I play, it's this whole different thing about like who, like really what's going on in the story.
What do you
Like
mean?
your mom's trying to kill you, but so you always lock yourself inside of your box. Your mom maybe lets you. I don't know. I have to play it. Show you. There's this whole psychology behind who Isaac is. So all the characters are Isaac, just dressing up as different people. So every time his mom gets a little crazy, he goes and he locks himself inside of his little toy box, and he plays out this whole scenario in your head. So every time you play the game, it's just him, his mom throwing another fit, and he's drawing pictures and stuff. That's why everything is on paper and everything looks like it's drawn. That's why all the menus are drawn out. And she's overly religious, so there's all that religious connotation of Sheol and the sins and the horsemen.
Yep.
And you find all the zodiac symbols and all these symbols of the Baphomet. You find all these religious artifacts. Depending on the way you play the game, I think it's interesting. And then it's just a random generated, fast-paced rogue dungeon crawler.
It is random, this book.
Borderlands.
Great game.
It's the greatest. That dude. And I need to get a hold of the first one. But this has got 2 in the third. 2 is dope. 2 is sick because it really teaches you about how games can be created with those generators. That's why Diablo 3 is another great version. Because Diablo 3 paved the way for games like Borderlands.
Okay.
I looked at Phantom Pain. It's big,
Great games.
Told you
So
I had
much information.
Skyrim.
Nice. You got the special edition. So you can play the mods. Oh, dude. I have a mod to show you. I got a mod to show you, dude. That's
Remastered. Final Fantasy X and X-2. Phenomenal game.
Never played them.
Monster Hunter World.
Good game?
Absolutely. I actually have Monster Hunter Generations on Switch and Monster Hunter World on PlayStation. But I've played Monster Hunter for the last 5 in the series. Monster Hunter 3, 3 Ultimate, 4 Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter. That's 6. Monster Hunter Generations. Or Double Cross is what it's called in Japan. And then the Legos games. And I even have Elder Scrolls Online. It's not that good. I just told myself after the last time I pawned a lot of games that I would never sell any of my games ever again.
Okay. I feel that.
Build the collection.
It's not that bad, but it's not that good.
There's Generations Ultimate.
Do you think, okay, this to go back to the metaphysical conversation we had earlier, do you think it's possible that you could, without playing the game, you could somehow connect yourself to the disc, which is basically just like a pocket realm in the physical form? Do you think you can project your mind inside of the game and play it? Because it is a realm, basically.
I don't know. part of me wants to say no, just because that might already be what's happening,
Yeah.
and there's like, am I an NPC to you in your life? So could I really do it, or are you already doing it? It's never can really happen. It's like the concept of science fiction that we talked about before too. Is that it's always going to be a really great idea, but I don't think it'll ever be possible.
True. What about all right?
But I think it's what's happening. It's like I don't think it'll ever be possible, but it is the reality of the situation. There's someone holding a controller, whatever that controller is, and you're the avatar.
Okay, so do you think you might? Do you ever have the thoughts that you're in here by yourself? Like I know you think other people are real, but like randomly, like yo, what if I'm just here by myself?
I have.
That is that thought. That thought fucks with you hard, yo. That's
that shit where
a
like
fucked
you'll
up.
do acid and then like that'll actually, you don't know if it's bad or good, but you leave your whole family, like you leave your family. You're just like, y'all aren't real. Your wife is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Rent is due in 6 days. And you're like, I quit my job. And you're not real. And what is
Not
rent?
real.
Stuart, you need to wake the fuck. What? Are you serious? If you walk out that. Stuart? I'm sorry. I don't care. I would say, tell the kids? But they aren't even.
So, all right. Do you think what do you think? Do you think the multiverse could be that maybe you're real in your world, but everyone else is fake? But since the way I'm playing my game in my world, where I'm doing real shit, that my PC in your world is like you can connect with him
Realer.
because in my world, when I'm doing it, I'm doing real shit. In your world, you're doing real shit. So you meet me, you're like, yo, this dude's real. But I'm not real in your world. I'm only real in mine.
But
you're playing like my projection.
you're playing the same game, and I'm not real in your world, but you're
Yeah.
real in mine.
No, like you see me, but it's not myself. You're meeting like my projection. Like you're playing Skyrim and I'm a character, and I'm like, oh, you're like, yo, this dude, he's real. He's like, we can connect in a lot of ways, but it's not really me because I'm playing Skyrim too. And the whole in my Skyrim, you're just a projection
Yeah.
of yourself in your real
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the universe expressing itself, and you're a figment of that. You're an extension of my personality in some way. You're you're one of those expressions.
Yeah. So
And
like everyone is fake, but maybe the people you connect with are real in a way.
everyone's fake to you, but you. Yeah. Everyone's fake to you, but it's because they're real to other people.
Well, not
And so I'm fake to you because you're.
I'm in a separate game, but it's the same game.
Yeah.
But in your world, you're real,
So
and I'm fake. So you meet
remember,
me, and you're like, yo, this dude's real. Like we can connect because I'm doing real stuff in my world, and I'm a projection in your world of myself.
remember Milky Way and Sirius.
Yep, the Taurus field, the football,
All right, the Venn diagram.
the versus the Pisces versus
The Venn diagram.
yeah.
And this is what we have in common.
That's a perfect way to explain that.
You're playing the game and I'm playing the game. And I can influence you in this area and you can influence me. So you're not real because you're real to this person playing the game and this person playing the game. and this person playing the game. So you're influencing all of those fields around you, but you're not real to any of them. But they are real to other people.
No, they're real to
because
themselves.
those people are actually playing. Yeah.
Or it could be like that, but maybe there's some people here, some people here, some people here too. Like I guess we can just go on with this conversation forever, because like you can't really know. Like you could be here in my world too. We could be real in here in my realm, but other people are fake, but they're real. Actually, we're just getting their projection instead of just single player.
Yeah, and then the areas is like this. This is you. This is me. This is where we're at right now.
Ah, okay.
And then you're gonna go back home, and I'm gonna go back home, but like you're not gonna be able to relate entirely. And and this is where it collides. But this also represents all of our, the reason why we can talk about things like that, and the all of the video games and everything that we have in common, and the fact that we have a history of hanging out with each other. Like we were both staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning at Joey's house for I don't even know how long that went on.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, damn, yo, like we both went in there. We're the only people there. I don't know. I knew everyone there except for you.
None of them were real.
I knew everyone there except for you. And
you knew everyone there except for me. I didn't know you were the person I knew the least there.
That's what I'm saying. And then years later,
they're all gone.
Gone.
And here we are.
It's interesting.
Dude, and you barely speak. You talk more now.
Yeah, I didn't. I was very in my head back in the day.
Introvert.
Yeah.
I was much more narcissistic, I think. I was a lot more extroverted if you were an empath. But that's how opposites work too. And then my downward spiral, I think, of course, it's egotistical to say that you killed some of your ego, I think.
Yeah.
But I think that my downward spiral killed off a lot of that selfishness.
It happens because you have to, what I realize is that you have to like kill yourself in order to grow, because you have to go back to the very beginning of your programming and just not really erase it, but like rewrite it. Or you can't get to the core of when you got programmed. You have to reprogram yourself from the very beginning of your life. Because I've had like some traumatic events happen when I was younger, when I really had to like reprogram myself through that, over that, under that.
A lot of kids don't. You could realize that you're suffering some kind of a trauma and you need to reprogram now very easily because you're 30. I say 30. I mean you're anywhere from 27 to 35. Where I can start saying you're 40, which is anywhere from 37 to 40.
I am smack dab 30 though.
Yeah. 30. As a child, trauma is much like you're rewiring yourself, but you're not going to understand what that means until years later.
God, dude,
so then you're gonna go. I had to do that in that substance abuse program where we're chipping away at the iceberg. They say you only see 10% of the iceberg. Most of the iceberg's underwater. People only let you see what they want. They show you.
You're right.
So they're like, yeah, we're trying to get beneath the surface here. And I had to go back and be like, yeah, I guess that shit did happen. I guess I need to say that out loud in front of this group of people and just force yourself to be vulnerable. And then I killed myself in that room. It took
It's hard.
50
It's
weeks,
hard to do.
3 days a week, 3 hours of class. Did I feel like I was being brainwashed or broken down? There was a legal element to it where it's like, yeah, I know to get out of here, I'm going to need to say what you need me to say. I'm going to need to say these words. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that. I'm going to come in there and be like, no, I'm good. I want to be different. Yes, this helped. Yeah.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It did. And at least at one point in time while I was in there, I truly believed it. Guys, and then the next wave of guys come in, you know, and he's sitting over there looking all grumpy, and you can look at him and be like, yeah, I was like you once, sitting over there and not thinking I needed to be here, but I need to be. So they make you stay there long enough to influence someone else. And then I became a peer mentor. Once you have a year of sobriety, you're allowed to become a sponsor, or at least some. So like, let's say this guy does coke, or this guy's a sex addict, or this guy, you know, and it's like they'll just call me. Hey man, I'm having a rough day, and I just talk to you until your craving goes away. You know.
I think you'd be good at that, man.
I did it for a while. I did it for 3 people. 2 of them went back to it, and you can't blame yourself.
You can't help it.
And then
it's like that, man.
And then my friend Brian, he won't, and he'll call me. And some, life's changed now where I can't pick up the phone every time. But yeah, he'll call me and just talk, and I can tell, like, before, now he's just talking, he's just like, he thinks a lot of stuff we do. He's like, bro, I just tried to go to the store today, and it's like, every person is just weird information. They don't belong there. And I was like, calm down. Before it was like, hey man, I'm about to talk me out of going to the store and spending all this money on alcohol, get fucked up. It was like that. Now it's like kind of talk me off a ledge.
See, that's the thing about information, like some of it will fuck with your head. So if you can't handle it, like you can go off the deep end far. Like I was lucky enough that I've had strange experiences when I was younger, so it kind of grew with me. Like I didn't like start hearing about stuff at 26, I guess. So it was a part of my initial programming, I guess. Even just going to church. Like the strange thing is that I went to church so much growing up. I didn't learn shit. But now that I'm older, I feel like I know way more about the Bible, and it makes way more sense now. And it has nothing to do with anything the church taught me. The Bible kind of makes sense now.
Okay.
In some ways. I can't say that the whole thing does, but there's parts where I'm like, okay.
I could say the same thing. Go on.
Just think, like, some of it's hallucination, like
go
the
to
burning
church
bush. You see God through a burning bush. Maybe there was some type of hallucinogenic plant he was inhaling. Then he started tripping, and he saw God through the smoke.
Yeah. I kind of think that the Bible uses nature as a way for people to come to their own conclusions. You know how sometimes somebody comes to you with a problem and they're like, hey man, I got this problem, dude. There's this guy and then there's this, and this person's talking to me this way, and then maybe I should do that. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for listening. And then like they go, you never said a word.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that he wandered off. It didn't matter if lightning struck or he threw a rock at and it caused a spark or whatever. I just think he was sitting out there pondering something and thinking. Okay. I'm tired. He came to his own conclusion. And then, he just so happened to be staring into a fire when it happened. You're giving all the credit to you're giving all the credit
Okay.
to the fire.
No.
I mean, you really just figured it out. You went for a walk and you worked it out in your head. I've done that all the time, dude. I thought I was moving in one direction. I'd look down and there'd be some sewer work going on the street I was walking down. And I'd feel like, I was like, I could take this way home or this way home. And there'd be a spray painted arrow marking some sewer system or 3 lines over here or something. I'd look at it like a sign, like I need to walk down this path instead of walk this way home. And then there's really no way to prove if anything would or wouldn't have happened in the other way, but you just start to get really introspective, and I feel like now that nobody goes outside, it's really easy to look at something like the Bible and be like, oh, we chased everyone inside and made them read this book.
Okay, well, I'll give you an example of the Bible, how it's coded with what we were talking about earlier. You know how I was saying how the age of Aquarius is coming, or we're on the cusp of that? In the Bible, Luke 22:10. Look it up on your phone. It's the Last Supper. One of Jesus' followers is talking to him. He's asking them, where are they going to go after he gets crucified? And Jesus' response is that you're going to go, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but this is basically what he said. You're going to go to a house with a man carrying a pitcher of water. Now, what does that sound like? Sounds like Aquarius carrying a pitcher of water.
A pitcher.
Yeah, look, it's right there.
Not a picture.
Yeah, not a picture, a pitcher. Yeah, a pitcher of water. Jesus said, "You're gonna, after I die, go. There's gonna be a man with a pitcher of water. Go to his house." In astrology, each thing is called a house. So what he's saying is basically, after the Pisces age, after the Pisces house, the sun is done going through there. You're gonna go through the Aquarius age, the man carrying a bucket of water.
And do what?
And that's where you're gonna go.
Yeah, but after I'm crucified, go to a man's house with a pitcher of water, and
he's just actually
the end of the book.
Well, it's in Luke. It's a lot after that. It's just a crucifixion. It's just an example of astrology.
Then it goes into the crucifixion. Yeah, we need to know what they did after they went into that house.
See, that's the thing.
That's the part of the story we need.
Well, a lot of people think that the Bible is about the future. So what they're talking about is like right now.
Yeah.
Which is what's happening is that the sun is leaving Pisces and is going to Aquarius.
Yeah.
James Bond, oh my god, that game is I love that game, but it's so outdated.
Oh, this game sucks now.
It's terrible.
But you have to have it.
Terrible.
StarCraft 64.
I played that with you. It's fun. It stands up. F-Zero is hard as fuck. What's that?
Battle Tanks.
Never played Battle Tanks.
It's fun. Super Mario 64.
Oh my! Do you like speed runs?
Yeah.
Have you seen a Super Mario speed run?
Yeah. The one where he clips all into the castle wall and shit, and he beats the motherfucker in like 8 minutes or something.
Oh no! I watched the one without glitches.
Where he gets every star.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's like 2 hours long.
It's beautiful.
That's like 45 minutes long.
It's like
he's so and he gets a star, and you're like, what? God. And then he's like jump, and they'll like land just on the end of something. It's like, how
like that snow level. Like I'll watch that. I watched that at least 3 or 4 times because it's so beautiful to watch. It's like that game is so in depth. There's so many levels. The way that he knows that game, that's insane. I give him mad props for that. I don't even watch a lot of speed runs. I like that one and Mirror's Edge. Mario Kart.
64.
Mario Kart's always fun.
And Zelda Ocarina of Time.
I've played some of that. Good game.
I'm gonna go cook this soup up. I want to watch that whole because I only watched maybe the first 30 stars.
Man, it blows my mind, dude.
I'm gonna at least get the soup in the hot before Sean gets here.